Welcome to the second in the value series of debates arranged by Future Space and hosted by Corporate Culture. Tonight's presents us with an opportunity to raise the bar a bit and have a robust discussion about one of the biggest elephants in our particular lounge room, replicas. Now, the first thing to bear in mind tonight is that we are discussing the value of replica furniture. That's not the same as whether replica furniture is right or wrong. And when you start to consider this point, as I'm sure our distinguished guests have done tonight, it is a veritable can of worms.
So we're not really saying that fakes are better than the real thing. What we're saying is there is value in it. There's value in them in many, many different ways. It's a multifaceted value that fakes give.
Don't get me wrong, we're not against cheap furniture as such. We're definitely for affordable furniture. And like Darren was talking about, we agree that there should be a manufacturing industry in Australia that supports local design and supports local affordable product. What we are against, though, are replicas and copies that effectively rely on the theft of another person's work or intellectual property.
Design. Replicas. What's the link? I'll put it to you. The replicas have a very important purpose in verifying design quality. If the design is deemed worthy of replicating, it verifies the quality of the original design. I actually think the fact that they were copied replicates the validity of that design. It makes it worthy of observation in detail. It deserves careful study. It deserves redocumentation and reproduction.
Now, authenticity is an aspect of intrinsic value. People who design, develop and manufacture products achieve authenticity by virtue of their originality, their commitment to the process of design and development, and because of the responsibility they take for making a product which does what it says it will do. Anyone who buys such a product enters into a compact with the creators of the product and acknowledges the product's intrinsic value. From this point of view, extrinsic value, the price tag, becomes almost irrelevant. It's not a question of whether I can afford to buy the product, but whether I can afford not to.
The other point I'd make about value is that sometimes something's valuable even if it just does its job to its minimal degree. You know, sometimes you just need something to get the job done. It doesn't need to be brilliant. It just needs to do what it needs to do. Now, Greg, I can have a system for a second. The other point I make, and I've never understood this, if replica manufacturers are so good at making replica furniture, why do people think they couldn't also be as good as making replica labels on that furniture? But nonetheless, Greg, if you could just test functionally speaking for a second, if you could sit on that replica looks like sit down. Excellent. Now sit on this original. Can't choose your teammates, can you?
Intellectual property. It is what drives this world. It is what every part of our economy works on. It applies to Hollywood and entertainment. It applies to food. It applies to medicine. It applies to technology and car industry. It applies to iPhones. There is nothing in this world that is not related to IP. We are not arguing for design to be a special purpose or a privileged category within IP. We are saying just give us the rest, what the rest of the world has.
So, what I would like to do is ask you to applaud each team based on the team that you would like to win, the team that you think have presented the best argument, put forward the best points to either support or deny the hypothesis that there is value in replica furniture. So, in fairness, we go for the team that affirms the point that there is value in replica furniture. Those who agree with that, please applause now. those of you that would disagree with that hypothesis, that think that there is not value in replica furniture, please applaud me. As I said at the start, I will be calling this Angela's team have it.
Whoa!